Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of World Cup Titbits with Gully Cricket. And today we are in full strength with the boys Manas and Shash. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So,
Hi.
feeling good after yesterday, isn't it? I mean, this was the performance that we were looking for, Manas, from day one of the World Cup. And finally, we have got it. Completely dominating performance by Team India, wasn't it?
Yeah, they started off bowling well, and even while batting, they just to cross Afghanistan, they needed to cover it in 7.1, but we did it in 6.3.
Mhm.
So that shows the kind of power which we have. The openers, Rahul and Rohit, both were brilliant with the bat yesterday, and yeah, this is the kind of cricket we always wanted to watch, from
Mm.
India, right from the first game. It's just that two games didn't go their way, and people forgot all that power that we have.
Mhm.
So now we are actually showing it, and hopefully in the next game, and if the New Zealand game goes in our favor, so in your words, we are just surviving another day. And
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in hindsight, you would think, oh my God, if only we had won one of those tosses against Pakistan or New Zealand, what might have happened? But that's for another day. Shash, but
Yeah.
starting with the team selection, right? So we had Ashwin, Jadeja, and Varun Chakravarti play in the same, I think probably for the first time. And for the first time since 2019, we are playing three spinners
Oh, okay.
in
T20.
a T20 international. So I think that actually said a lot about the confidence that they have in the spinners, isn't it?
Yes. Also considering the opposition, they wouldn't have seen this type of variety, maybe like Varun Chakravarti, what he brings into the table. So it was all about, considering the opposition as well, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And I think it worked out perfectly. I mean, even though Varun Chakravarti didn't get the wickets, he applied the pressure, and then Jadeja was the one who was rewarded yesterday for his bowling. And even Shami was really good as well, getting those wiping off those tail, which
Yeah.
generally which Bumrah does, but
Mhm.
he did that yesterday and made sure that we got them out for a very paltry total, if I have to put it that way. And then the batsmen were clinical in their execution. They just never allowed the Scottish to settle at all with their line and length. And yeah, it was like more of flexing their muscle, I would say, over
Mm.
the associate nation is what
Mhm.
they did. And yeah, they've well and truly made a statement, and it all depends on
Mhm.
tomorrow's game for us to see
All
what
right.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see, right? Both of you, when even before we finished talking about the match, I think our minds are already set on the Sunday afternoon, which is going
Yeah.
to be Afghanistan versus New Zealand. So, let us talk about the innings from Rahul. You know what? I mean, we always wanted Rahul to play that way. And yesterday, I think the second fastest 50 by an Indian in T20 international. After that, Yuvraj Singh's six sixers innings. Okay, I mean,
Mhm.
that tells a lot about the mindset, isn't it? If you have clarity of your role, then it's pretty easy to go about things.
Yeah, he's like the best opener you could say for India, and that's what he's been doing in the IPL as well. For playing for Kings 11 Punjab, he's been the only one who has been scoring runs in all the games almost, and that's why they couldn't qualify because nobody else performed, and still they were on a good position, I would say, like
Hmm.
by the end in terms of points. So that's the kind of player KL Rahul is, and we saw it yesterday again. And not just fastest 50, he's the fourth batsman to get 50 into consecutive over matches. So he
Hmm.
got it in the last match and he got it yesterday as well.
Hmm.
So it shows what kind of a player he is. And considering that we have had two losses, so coming back and then scoring 250 is obviously a big thing. And it goes good for India as well because we also have New Zealand tour coming up, and there are reports that he might be the captain as well. So we have to see how that goes. But he is definitely a bright prospect for India in the
Yeah, if
future.
Rohit is rested for that
Mhm.
series. Yeah, because I
Mhm.
mean, Rohit has been playing a lot of Test cricket and all of IPL and all of this, right? Yeah, he might be the captain, but yeah, Rahul coming to form is really good. So I don't know what to say. Probably, I was about to say probably, is it all one match too late? But we do not know.
Let's hope that's not the case.
So Shash, if you were
Yeah.
India, what would you call until Afghanistan? Okay.
Yeah, I would say like probably a free tour to India, to all the players. If they're coming, we'll give all the privileges we can. All you have to do is just beat New Zealand. and make a path easier.
All
And we have
right.
already given them
Our
certain
grounds.
venues,
Yeah, exactly.
as their home
Yeah.
grounds
Yeah.
to play. So I would say this is something that they can do for us.
Yeah. So Afghanistan, people of Afghanistan, Rashid, Mujib, if you're all listening, we
Yeah,
are all
hope
with
Mujib
you.
gets fit.
Yeah.
We'll send our
Yeah.
best doctors to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, Ashwin has told, right? Like he would definitely want to send our Indian team physio and probably help Mujib as well. Okay, he played in the last match, right? Bowled only 1 over. If I
Did he play? No, I'm
No,
not
no,
sure. No, he didn't
he
play.
didn't
he
play.
didn't play.
Okay, all right, all right. Okay, so
There was another left arm spinner called Sharafuddin who played instead of him against India.
okay, all right, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
so Afghanistan. Okay, so we are with you.
Yeah, all the prayers are with you.
Yeah. So you have 1.4 million supporters tomorrow. It's a day game as well. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it tomorrow. But okay, for now, well done, India. So India actually showed what they're capable of. And yeah, let's wait till tomorrow to find out whether it actually means anything at all.
Yeah.
So we had another match, Manas, New Zealand versus Namibia. So the margin of victory was 52 runs. Okay, seems like a huge margin, but I'm sure, right? For the first 15 overs, they scored only 91. And again, all the Indians would be like, oh my goodness. Did you get that feel as well?
Yeah. So they did play well. New Zealand got to a good score, but was it easy? Definitely not. Namibia pulled things back well, like till the 16th over, I would say, and that's when they broke free. Neesham and Phillips, and they just missed up their lengths and all those things.
Mm,
And these batsmen are also smart. They were targeting the shorter side of the boundary.
mm,
So that's how they got to a huge total. Otherwise, I think they would have just fallen to like 120, 130, and probably Namibia had a chance there. And
mm.
we were all hoping for that to happen, but unfortunately it didn't. And even while batting, I think they didn't perform that well. So they
Yeah.
just got out to 111 or something.
You never know, right? Probably if it was 120 or 125,
Yeah.
then Namibia would have,
Mm-hmm.
because I think they were 50 without loss or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Shash, what is it with New Zealand and teasing India in ICC trophies? Okay. Every match, they kind of give us a hope. Okay. They make us all watch the TV and then suddenly they take things away from India. So, what is New Zealand
Yeah,
doing?
I don't know if they're following the Danish states inflate deflate strategy, I mean, because that's what they've been doing. They've been sort of a thorn in the flesh, I would say, for India to progress in ICC tournaments. But I mean, it's purely based on skill. But to be honest, they were in a pretty in a
Spot of
spot, I
bother,
would
isn't
say.
it?
Yeah, spot. Like 16 overs, 97 is what they had scored. If not for that counter-attacking partnership between Phillips and Neesham, they would have ended less than 140, I would feel. But yeah, I mean, Namibia were not that great with the bat, I would say, like especially after the openers. I think maybe the skill of the New Zealand and the class came into the picture there. So yeah, they ended up losing by a big margin.
And definitely the big match temperament is also there, right?
Yeah.
So they're new to the big league and
Yeah.
they will definitely only get better as they play more matches, okay, with all the big teams. Okay, so that was the day that was yesterday. Two very, very interesting matches, which has put India in the third position, okay, and probably ahead of New Zealand and Afghanistan in run rate. So lots to look forward to in Group 2 on Sunday and Monday. And let's move on to Group 1, boys. So Super Saturday today, 2 matches, and it's a heavy race between Australia and South Africa. But Manas, they're not playing each other. The first match is Australia versus West Indies. So what do you think? Australia would just want to win, or they would want to win big?
Yeah, Australia would want to win big because even if they win, it all depends on.
They never trust the English, do they?
So England can spoil their party, and I wouldn't say they would deliberately, but
no, they wouldn't.
It can happen. It can happen. So Australia should win large, and that can happen with the kind of cricket that West Indies is playing. I don't think they've been performing to the best of their abilities. So, but that being said, Australia also has not been performing that well. So they've lost against England, and only one convincing victory was against Bangladesh. So the remaining matches were like close finishes or
And that too against very disinterested Bangladesh side. You would
disinterested, disintegrated, whatever you want.
Whatever you say. So you can't really take that into account from an Aussie point of view. But Shash, from a West Indies point of view, they're already out of the tournament, as we discussed last time, right? Probably this is the last time they're all going to play together as one unit. So they would want to get that Caribbean calypso flair into it and enjoy the match.
Yes, I was just reading there's no needle between both the teams this time around, because in 2014 James Faulkner had said something which actually caused the entire West Indian team to like react in a different way. They were all very upset, and
they defeated
they gave it back.
match.
Yeah, they gave it back to them.
Yeah.
And even in 2016 there was like a duel between Samuels and Shane Warne online and all these sort of things. But yeah, I would see
is
when
Warner hearing this or something?
One.
I don't know. Is David Warner hearing whatever you're saying?
Not Warner.
I know, no, because he might just do something today.
Yeah,
he'll be watching this for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Bravo is retiring. They would want to probably send him off on a high note by playing the cricket that they're known to play, and even Chris Gayle has hinted that he would want to play another World Cup, but it seems unlikely, like the form that he's been in, or what he's able to perform. I mean, it's an opportunity maybe for someone like give some of the reserve players a chance, like Hayden Walsh Jr., who's actually done well against the Aussies in the past, and maybe also a chance to O'Shane Thomas, who's quite a quick bowler as well, in place of maybe a Holder or anyone else who's been playing. So these are the possibilities that West Indies have to put on the field. I would like to say that West Indies would want to finish on a high. I would be rooting for the West Indies.
Exactly, I'm sure, right? I mean, if you're a cricket fan, you always root for your team or any other team playing against Australia. I mean, that's how we grew up. Okay, that's how we grew up, and I'm sure a lot of people would be rooting for West Indies, or I'm sure it's going to be a very, very interesting match. I just
especially
hope
all the South Africans.
Exactly. I you know what? I'm actually getting tired of these kind of matches. Guys, getting over in 7 overs, 8 overs doesn't really feel like a World Cup, right?
Even feels like a T10 tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Even my wife was telling something, what, IPL was more interesting with all the last over finishes and stuff. And I don't really feel that much for the World Cup. I said, what? If only India had won one of the first 2 matches, then the entire mood would have been very difficult. But too many one-sided matches, which actually doesn't really go well for the World Cup. But yeah, that's how it is. All right. So moving on to the next match. Okay. England versus South Africa. I mean, by all crazy calculations, England is still not qualified because, it's a mathematical probability they could still go out of the tournament. But Manas, it's a more important game for South Africa, isn't it? They would be sensing their chance and would be wanting to go all out.
Yeah, and even if they win, I don't think it guarantees them a spot in the semis. So they have to again win like Australia with a huge margin so that they can upset Australia later. But
but they would know. I think they're playing the second match today. They're playing the evening match.
Yeah. By then they will know.
Yeah, by then they will know. Yeah.
Okay. So but I think the pitch will be on the slower side, and the kind of form which England players are in, I don't think they can do it that easily. But England could experiment, because I think mostly they are into the semis, and Shaz mentioned it as well that England would like to experiment probably. So I think they would maybe go with that approach. But and only in that case, I think South Africa has a little chance of winning. And if they win, they have to win by a huge margin. And for that, the spinners will be extremely crucial. Tabraiz Shamsi is one who has played a lot against England and has taken wickets. So he's the most important guy, and while batting as well. So all these players have performed poorly against Jordan while playing against England. So they have to target him well, settle well, and start scoring aggressively maybe later and try to win by a huge margin.
All right. So I think the equation for South Africa would be clear. Okay, once the first match ends. But Shash, I really don't think England would want to experiment, because you know what? They want to finish on top of the table, number 1. They don't want to be playing Pakistan. Okay, in such of imagination. Okay, and it's just it's too short a tournament for experimenting and coming back, isn't it? Okay, I'm sure they would want to go all in and want to maintain that momentum.
Yes, they would definitely want to continue the brand of cricket that they've been playing. Only change that I might expect is since Timal Mills is out of the tournament due to an injury, maybe David Willey might get a go ahead instead of him. Otherwise, I mean, the best option for South Africa would be West Indies beating Australia. Then they don't have to worry about any winning by a huge margin or anything of that sort.
Or even losing by a closer margin would still do.
Yeah.
Right?
So I would say all the South Africans would be praying for the West Indies victory. Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, just going by the current form, you would say like England are the clear favorites, but then actually South Africa have punched above their weight. No one actually expected them to come this far. You know, they're not like the old South Africa. They're a team that is in a rebuilding phase, you can sort of say. But I think certain players have stood up and have contributed to the team's success. So it is going to be a interesting matchup, is what I would say.
Yeah, I'm sure you know what. Quinton de Kock is due a big one as well. So who knows? It's T20 is that kind of a game, isn't it? One player, okay, especially players like de Kock, if they have a great match, they could actually put it across England. And for a change, all the Aussie fans will be rooting for England as well today. doesn't feel right when an Aussie fan says go England, but that's the nature of the tournament, isn't it? Okay, it's all we all need each other to help us out to reach to that semi-final. All right, folks. So that's the roundup for today, and let's see who the winners of the Man of the Match contest are. Okay, so today for the first match, it was Jimmy Neesham who was the Man of the Match. Okay, we got a few right entries. Okay, and let's see who the winner is. All right, so here we go. Revati Rebu is the Man of the Match. It's the winner.
Congratulations
for getting it right. Okay, and for Ravindra Singh Jadeja, okay, we had tons of right entries. We had around 10 right entries. Okay, so I had a lot of time writing the chits. Okay, and let's see who the winner is. All right, so here we go. You're not able to see? Yeah, it's Kokila B.
Yeah, Kokila B.
All right. Congratulations. Okay, Revati Rebu and Kokila B for winning the contest. Remember, guys, this is going to be the link to predict your Man of the Match for both the matches today. And you will have to predict before the start of the second innings of each match. The Super Saturday. Enjoy your cricket, and we will see you again tomorrow. Cheers, guys.